to order the 64th meeting of the 40th Council, April 14th, 2025. First order of business is moment of reflection. Thank you, everyone. Number 3, additions and approval of the agenda. Moved by Councillor Stimpson, seconded by Councillor Shine. Resolved that the agenda for the 64th meeting of the 40th Council be approved as presented. In favor? Carried. Next is disclosure of pecuniary interest and the general nature thereof. It can be declared now or any time during the meeting. Number 5, minutes of the previous meeting. Committee of the whole meeting minutes for March 10th. Moved by Councillor Shine, seconded by Councillor Stimpson. Resolved that the minutes of the Committee of the whole meeting held March 10th, 2025 be received and filed. In favor? Carried. Next is the meeting minutes from March 10th. Moved by Councillor Stimpson, seconded by Councillor Shine. Resolved that the minutes of the 63rd meeting of the 40th Council held March 10th, 2025 be adopted as written. In favor? Carried. Next is the in-camera meeting minutes from March 10th. Moved by Councillor Shine, seconded by Councillor Stimpson. Resolved that the minutes of the in-camera meeting held March 10th, 2025 be adopted as written. In favor? Carried. Is there any matters arising out of these minutes anyone would like to discuss? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to Administration and Employee Relations. Bylaw number 17-25. Moved by Councillor Stimpson, seconded by Councillor Shine. Resolve that bylaw number 17-25, being a bylaw to enter into an agreement with the Minister of the Solicitor General, be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. In favor? Carried. Next is a resolution. Moved by Councillor Shine, seconded by Councillor Stimpson. Be it resolved that Council approves $16,000 plus HST for the 2025 Asset Management Plan update from PSD Citywide. In favor? Carried. Next is the approval of the 2021 financial statements. Moved by Councillor Shine, seconded by Councillor Stimpson. Resolved that the Town of Atikokan accept the 2021 audited financial statements as prepared by BDO Canada LLP. Any discussion on this? I'll call the question. In favor? Oh, sorry. Oh, Councillor Martin.
No, I thought Councillor Knowles had his hand up for a question.
Oh. Okay, Councillor Knowles.
Thank you. Is the acceptance of these conditional on us hearing the presentation from the auditors, or does that negate the need to hear from the auditors about this? Just for clarification.
I think it would negate the need to hear about it. We could ask questions when they are here.
You can have them presented in 10 years if you want. There's no, it doesn't negate anything.
If you heard that, we can have them present anytime.
I did. Thank you.
Okay, I'll call the question again. In favor? Opposed? Carried. Next is bylaw number 19-25. Moved by Councillor Lyon, seconded by Councillor Johnson. Resolve that bylaw number 19-25, being a bylaw to enter into an agreement with Northern Waterworks Inc. for water and wastewater services, be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. In favor? Carried. Community Services, bylaw number 16-25. Moved by Councillor Lyon, seconded by Councillor Johnson. Resolve that bylaw number 16-25, being a bylaw to enter into an amending agreement with the Minister of Transportation for the Community Transportation Grant Program, be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. In favor? Carried. And next is bylaw number 18-25. Moved by Councillor Lyon, seconded by Councillor Johnson. Resolve that bylaw number 18-25, being a bylaw to enter into an agreement with the Minister of Transportation for the provincial gas tax, be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. In favor? Carried. And we'll go to supplementary committees. First up is Rainy River District OPP Detachment Atikokan Board. Minutes from March 27th meeting. Councillor Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. You had your minutes in front of you to read. It was a very good report for that time period. And one thing that I want to reiterate, that the corporal, was he corporal? Said that the vacancy for the mental health person has been filled, and then that we'll be seeing her come to Atikokan and deal with our problems, which is really good news.
Yes, Councillor Stimpson.
That worker's not gonna be here full-time though, eh? Just
No.
a few days a week?
2 to 3 days a week.
Okay.
And I think he reiterated that they hired a second person, so there will be more coverage. Because that was something that the committee did have an issue with when they didn't put the person here. But they've hired 3 people in 2 years, trying to keep that position filled. So they filled it in Fort Francis with people with more experience and more background. So I think they were confident that we're going to be
Taken care of.
taken care of. Yeah. Anything else, Councillor Johnson, you'd like to point out?
No, that's it all.
Any questions for Councillor Johnson? Okay. Hearing nothing, we'll move on to Atikokan Public Library. Councillor Stimpson, board minutes, February 24th.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. You looked at the minutes and all that, you can see that the library is a heck of a lot more than just a place to go and lend out books. They have kids coming to visit. They put on programs, book clubs. It's a great value to our town, and people get a lot of use out of it. And librarian Sinclair deserves a lot of credit.
Any questions for Councillor Stimpson? Great. Thank you, Councillor. Museum of Atikokan, Councillor Shine, minutes from April 3rd.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. You have the minutes before you. If there's any questions, we can speak to Patty. I do want to make one comment in regards to the Outers 60th anniversary. It is great that we have Robin attending the meetings that we're trying to organize for this event that's going to take place, and perhaps if any of us older Outers have any pictures hidden in our closets, if we could get them to them for their display.
Great. Any other questions for Councillor Shine? Hearing none, we'll move on to Atikokan General Hospital Board. Councillor Knowles.
Thank you very much, Mayor Ferguson. Attached, you'll see the minutes. As always, it's a very fulsome discussion. Those hospital board meetings cover a lot of ground. often are 3 to 5 hours in length and cover a real gamut of issues that need to be dealt with in the community. The hospital is a very big employer. You'd be happy to know that things are moving along well, especially in comparison to some of our other communities that are dealing with some very unique challenges. Atikokan is doing very well. Very good management and staff there. So really not a lot to report on as far as any potential challenges or things that might be in the way right now. A lot of it is moving very smoothly right now. So very happy with the way things are moving and updates since those meetings. You'll see in the newspaper they come out regularly. Mike attends those board meetings as well and reports on them following their completion. So any questions, I'm happy to take them, but things are moving along positively.
Thank you, Councillor Knowles. Councillor Johnson has a question.
Yeah, one question for, thank you, Mayor Ferguson. One question for Councillor Knoll. I see they're constantly advertising for quite a few empty positions at the hospital. Is there any reason, Councillor Knowles, that those aren't being filled, or?
Right now, the biggest challenge is finding suitable candidates. Those aren't the highest paying jobs, and those are pretty competitive jobs with a number of other places. So it's the same sort of challenges in filling positions in the service sector or things of that nature. They're not as competitive, and people have moved up or retired, and those skill sets are not in high availability right now with the existing workforce. So I know that there's a push to get more, but a lot of the larger hospitals even are struggling to get those type of employees and aren't trying to figure out methods to do that. But it does seem to be very competitive right now for those sorts of positions, those really what you would consider entry-level ones, I suppose.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Any other questions for Councillor Knowles? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on to mayor's correspondence and a letter from the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing regarding strong mayor's powers to the mayor. There was 167 municipalities where, in addition to the 47 that were already granted, that were given strong mayor's powers. So if you read the information, it's something that started out where they gave, I think it was just the city of Toronto, and then it went to some bigger centers, then it went to centers like Thunder Bay around that level. And I did not know anything about this. I got a call from TBT News asking me what I thought about it, and I didn't know what they were talking about. So there's a note here about strong mayors. There is powers for the head of council. We are currently working, as this came out of the blue, I'm currently working with administration to kind of define these roles. It's not what a lot of people would think that it is. I don't know what to say. I'm obviously not going to use or abuse these powers constantly. There is an opportunity to move some items forward. The idea is to try to help out, move housing, transit, infrastructure, get these things moving forward, and trying to move these issues faster through the municipality. So I'll be signing over. We're going to mirror what Thunder Bay has done. So Mayor Boshkoff has signed over these powers to the CAO, and with the caveat that I can take them back, but I'm not going to have this out there all the time. I don't know how. You would better off to read through it. I'm not going to read through the whole thing. We can discuss it more, but it's not, I can't see it changing council a lot. Does anybody have any comments, questions that I can help with? Yes, Counselor.
I apologize for not having my laptop in front of me, so I'm ignorant to what you're speaking of. Will you elaborate, or can I get all of my questions answered by reading it, what's in the laptop?
You will get most of it
Okay?
by reading. Yeah, it's something that's, there's, almost 50% of the mayors in Ontario now have this power.
Okay.
Whatever, 167 and 147, 114 out of 144. So, yes, Councillor Lyons.
Just for clarity on the record, would you mind just reading out the points in the letter about what the strong mayor role fulfills within a municipality? I think there's just about half a dozen or so.
Can you say that again? Sorry.
For clarity, just for the record too, would you mind just reading out the points on what a strong mayor, what it what they can do?
Okay, so, actually, because we're kind of like deer in headlights here, so maybe I will read a little bit more, so. It's Dear Head of Council, to further support municipalities in delivering much-needed housing and other provincial priorities, I am pleased to inform you that the government intends to expand Strong Mayor's powers to your community. Following previous expansions, we have seen strong mayors put these transformative powers into action to support growth, from proposing budgets to setting up organizational structures to proposing bylaws to help advance provincial priorities, such as building more homes and constructing and maintaining infrastructure to support housing. Our government expectation is that you will make use of these powers in a similar way, supporting provincial priorities that will help our province and our communities grow. These priorities include supporting the construction of new homes, economic development, and the building infrastructure that supports community growth, including housing enabling infrastructure like water and wastewater infrastructure, as well as roads, highways, transit, and more. Heads of council in strong mayor municipalities can choose to appoint the municipality's chief administrative officer, hire certain municipal department heads, and establish and reorganize departments, create committees of council, assign their function, and appoint the chairs, vice chairs to committees of council, propose the municipal budget, which would be subject to council amendments, and a separate mayoral veto and council override process, veto certain bylaws if they are of the opinion that they are not part of the bylaw that could potentially interfere with provincial priority, such as housing, transit, and infrastructure, bring forward matters to council's consideration if they are of the opinion that considering the matter could potentially advance a provincial priority, propose certain municipal bylaws if they are of the opinion that the proposed bylaw could potentially advance a provincial priority. Council can pass these bylaws if more than 1/3 of council members vote in favor. Again, if you have any questions, please reach out to my Director of Stakeholder and Caucus Relations. Signed, Rob Flack, Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing. So there's a lot to unpack there, and again, this doesn't take effect until May 1st, but I can't foresee any major changes to the way council does business. Councillor Stimson.
Two things. So it's more or less taking away the majority of council, right? 1/3 instead of 50 plus 1?
In certain, if it works on the, if it advances the, I'm trying to find, just looking, if it advances the provincial priorities. Can't be just for anything. It is in certain things to advance
And
provincial priorities. And again, I would have to declare that, again, working with Clerk Bates on how this would come to fruition. Again, I can't see council needing to go in this direction.
so, and it doesn't involve, and I'm not saying it's gonna happen here, but Say in Thunder Bay, if Boschkoff wanted to build a bunch of houses, he could take money from the public works and throw it into housing?
I don't think so.
No? Okay, all right. No, because what.
No, it doesn't,
we have our
you don't
money
have,
Dedicated for, where's,
yeah, you don't have carte blanche over,
yeah, okay, well, no, in
Municipality
a strong
coffers.
mayor, it sounded like,
yeah.
gave pretty sweeping powers, but I guess it's not that sweeping.
Yeah, you have to, it's a common sense thing, and it's not, it's to move things forward.
You're a crook.
Yes, Councillor Shine.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. You can download the act actually from Google, and it's called the Strong Mayor's Powers and Duties, and that was from July 7th, 2023. I have it downloaded to my iPad, and I just put it in my favorites to read. So it is available for you to read and get a better understanding of what it's all about.
If you know where to download.
Yes, Clerk Bates.
Yeah, Nadine.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. I'm meeting with our district clerks on Thursday morning to go over the new legislation that we've just been given. So I will have a report, hopefully, the next little bit to have some more information and hopefully answer some of your questions, because I have lots too. Thanks.
And I have lots as well, because, again, it's never was considered, and like I said, I didn't know until I got a call and someone told me that, so. Councillor Martin.
I just gotta say, Mayor Ferguson, why don't you invoke your new powers and get some hay gravel on that road going to your house?
Councillor Knowles, did you have something?
No, I was scratching my eyebrow, but
okay.
I would also assume that this would be a topic of discussion at NOMA and Phenom next week as well. So
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be a lot more clarity once there's a little more municipal involvement with the provincial government.
Great. Okay. Again, we will get more information and present it as we do get the information. Next up is Senior of the Year Award. So I got this from the Minister of Seniors and Accessibility that they would like us to nominate an exceptional local senior for the 2025 Ontario Senior of the Year Award. I have someone in mind. How do we want to select this person? Do you want to put some names forward? Is it suitable for me to mention someone's name? Okay, well, I don't know if I want it to be a surprise, but my recommendation would be Kim Cross.
Oh, I just messaged her today to ask her if she knew of anybody.
I would agree with that. She's done a lot for like the Pioneer Center. And
Yes, and I think she does nominate other people for awards, but I don't know if she's been nominated, so.
Well deserving.
Pardon me? Oh, Councillor Martin, are you a senior?
Absolutely,
You put your
Kim
hand
Cross.
up?
Yeah, well, I was scratching my ear, but okay, thanks. Thanks, Mayor Ferguson. Absolutely, Kim Cross.
Thank you. Gord, did you have something to say?
Yeah, I was just wondering, is it confined to a nomination, or is it an open portal for people to make nominations? I'm just confused. It doesn't really say in the letter, so whether it's an open format and you can nominate as many people as you'd like, or whether individuals can nominate as well, or if there's a limit on it.
The way I took it was one. And it says to mayor and members of council to nominate, so I would see that it's the nomination for us to decide.
I'm happy with whatever the decision is to for an individual, but yeah, just because I can't click or anything on the letter because it's scanned in, so I'm not sure if it goes to a portal or anything. And if it does go to a portal, then I'm sure it's open for other people to nominate as well. But I'm happy if it's a single nomination to support your candidate.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Councilor Shine?
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. I think what, Gord, you could use is your volunteer service awards, which they'll be looking for people coming up too.
Right, I might have those two things confused.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have consensus on, we'll nominate Ms. Cross. Okay. Thank you, and moving forward to Northwestern Health Unit. There is the minutes, again, as Councilor Knowles was lamenting the length of the hospital board meetings. I could echo that for the Board of Health. The information is there, and then there's a couple other things that they talk about. I wasn't I was on vacation for that. Oh no, I was there for March, or February, I'm sorry. Does there anybody have any questions through these minutes? Okay, they're there for your review. Next is the needle exchange program. Yes.
That needle exchange, or is that just needle distribution where they give you 10 and you don't have to bring them back and they find them all over the streets like in Fort Francis does?
I don't think you have to turn them in.
Yeah, well, it should be that they should have to turn them back in because that's why they're finding them all over the streets in the fort. My opinion.
If you go into the information sheet below, and it is to stop the spread of disease.
Yeah.
HIV is a serious issue. We may not think of it in Atikokan, but different areas in northwestern Ontario are seeing high cases of HIV and hepatitis, and
So they throw their needles on the ground. Some kid pokes himself with it and gets HIV off it. That's pretty nice.
I don't know if
Pretty nice.
if giving needles was going to stop people from throwing them on the ground.
Oh, but the thing is, if they have to bring them back to get a new one, yes, it would.
I can bring your concern to the next meeting.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes.
I think it's important to note, if you do read the contents of the letter, this is not a needle exchange program. I believe this is regarding the safe disposal of needles. So talking about your sharps containers and having places where people can safely dispose of their needles. This is not a needle exchange program.
What's this world coming to?
Providing smaller sharps containers.
Okay, and moving on to April, it's Dental Health Month. And April is Dental Health Month. Northwestern Health Unit offers dental service to eligible people. Our dental team can answer your questions, help you apply, and connect eligible people for care. Taking care of your mouth is an important part of staying healthy. If you need dental care but can't afford it, we might be able to help. To learn more, contact Northwest Health Unit. Any other comments, questions on that? All right. And this is the one we're looking for. Moved by Councilor Lyons, seconded by Councilor Johnson. Resolve that the meeting do now adjourn. In favor? Carried. Thank you, everyone.
All right.
You would take those.
See you soon.